everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Apocalypse Keys, Part 10. The missing link still, maybe? I mean, we closed the doors, or we kept the door closed, so I don't really know about that. Today is November 26th, 2023, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can also find us there under the same moniker. But speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say you already support us on Patreon, you already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where all the proceeds of our merch currently goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So, if you would like to help support a good cause, or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, Noir, who are you playing today?
Today I'll be playing our good friend Joe, who's never done anything wrong in his life. He's just a misunderstood lad who may have done a oopsie daisy a couple thousand years ago, followed by several other oopsie daisies, which we are discovering. But other than that, just trying to make it one day at a time.
It means I'm next. Hi, everybody. My name's Anita. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Din, who uses any pronouns. And Din is an angel of the Lord, ? And has, done some things like maybe bring back history's greatest traitor. Who's to say?
Yeah, that's great. Hey everybody, it's me, SirHeckaLot. I'm here. I'm on your screen. As per usual, tonight I am playing Eden, the embodiment of the garden, of that natural phenomena herself. And the two of us use she/they pronouns. And I don't know, she's probably done some wrong things. We've talked about that, but she's the cinnamon roll of the group, so that makes it okay, right?
And I am the indoor adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Lucius Alexander. We are the hungry. He uses he, they pronouns. And there might be a little man who lives inside of his eye socket, but that's a conversation for another time.
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Roberts. I use any pronouns, and I will be GMing this game tonight for these fine folks. And that's really all I have to say until we get to the recap and kick things off. So why don't we roll that beautiful bean footage?
Roll that intro!
There are things that go bump in the night, and we are the ones who bump back.
everybody. I am not the GM for this game, so I'm going to pass priority to the person who runs this whole shindig. Hey, Sarah, take us away.
Oh, that's me. Right. So last we left off, y'all fought a copy of someone that you all know as the Professor, a former student of Lucius, and a former foe who walked away from you all with their dead love in their arms. Last we left off, Lucius and Din were in the hallway chasing down an escaped Harbinger that had come out of Lucius, and Din pulled some real biblical stunts in that hallway and pulled Lucius out of himself. Yes, that is what happened. If you missed last episode, go watch the end. It was wild. But that is actually where we are going to pick up. The two of you are in the hallway. Lucius, you have just been righted by Din.
Din has given me fabric to cover my eye, and I think
Correct.
that Lucius, I think that he would ask Din in the most sincere and vulnerable that you have ever seen Lucius. He would ask, "Don't tell anyone.
Tell them what?
You are a good friend."
I
That
try
is
to be.
something you can tell. And Lucius will just kind of right himself, and he has been feeling out of sorts for a while. He was a Hallie-Ma hybrid for a hot minute. So I think that he's having difficulty with his own locomotion again. He's having difficulty with movement and having those points of articulation that aren't hey, my leg isn't the weird boingy leg, which we determined was the scientific name for the digitigrade legs. So I think that Lucius will rely on Din to help get him into a better state.
I think Din will just sort of take Lucius's arm and stick it over her shoulder to sort of prop them both up. We should probably let people know that there is a Harbinger on the loose.
I think that would probably be for the best. In the meantime,
Don't have a phone. I don't.
we
Eden, Joe.
Lucius pulls
What's that?
out his phone.
Oh,
But then, I don't think there's any signal here, right? They would, I feel like this facility from where it is probably, relies heavily on, shortwave kind of thing, but...
Oddly enough, Division issued cell phones do work here.
Hell yeah. I think Lucius will, he'll text Fletcher, and let other folks know, be wary of, a C-class Harbinger. It's still a Harbinger, but, it's not, a big monster. It's very small, and you could step on it. Yeah,
I
that
mean,
is what
the
Lucius is
Hallie-Ma
doing.
that are on site, once they're feeling better, could probably take it out fairly easily.
I think Joe is still in that kind of crazed state where the silver has crawled up his arm a bit, and his eyes are still silver. I don't think he hears any of them. I think he's just going to look for that Harvey.
Okay. You can definitely go looking for it. The hallway that Lucius and Din are coming through is the only one out of this particular area that you're in. So you will pass them. Is there anything that you all try to do as Joe passes you?
It got into the vents.
I think for flavor, it's one of those weird, he's not walking, it's just floating past. Yeah, I would like to see if I could find this Harbinger.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
as they passed in, just sort of says to Joe, it got into the vents.
Sounds good. You can definitely go and start looking for that. What's Eden up to at this point?
At this point, I mean, she's probably checking on Luna and Hydro Micron at this point. Like, they're still in the room, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're still with you.
Yeah, she would probably just check on them. That was a lot. You guys okay?
Oh yeah, we're fine. Thank you. And you hear this kind of secondary echo as Luna responds to you. She's still connected to Hydra Omicron, doing this sort of puppeteer style piloting. And she and Hydra Omicron turn in unison to look at you. And they say, "Do you want us to go help your friend?"
You know, we're probably okay, but I think we should probably check on the others. They weren't faring so well with the rift opening up.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
you
something
probably-
happen?
Yeah, we should probably fill you in. It's like, I won't, like, belabor the whole, telling the entire story, but, Eden will fill them in on, like, kind of what's
Yeah.
been happening in their absence.
They will take it all in. They are one of the newest and youngest recruits, but they are now well practiced in taking mission briefings, and they are treating this as such with you. And they will head out of the laboratory and head back towards the other Helima pilots. So, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that the last thing that Lucius would really want to do in this place, the professor's body is still there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, no, Lucius is investigating the body. Like, if no one else is investigating this corpse, that's fair game.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a very Lucius thing to do.
No one else is. Might as well. So yeah, I think that he is, that's what he's going to do. He's going to start, like, trying to figure this out.
Okay. Any moves in particular you're going to be using?
So I think that for this, I don't even know, honestly. Like, I think that maybe power through darkness, potentially.
Okay.
Because, yeah, there's not really a whole lot I think that he can realistically do here to investigate more, without having those heightened Halima senses that he had previously.
Okay. You begin checking over the professor, and you notice that there's the same tattoos that you saw on her arms previously. However, more have been added since you've seen her last, and there seem to be some that are specific to this professor specifically. Notes about the island, about the labs. You see a notation referencing that same Bible verse about the rib of Adam. It's just the same as the tag that you found in the other laboratory. And you also find a matchbook in one of their back pockets.
Am I familiar with the general design and look of this matchbook?
You are. It's for the Wolfwood Bar.
Yeah, I think he'll just take it and sort of, like, tuck it into a pocket. But yeah, I think that overall, that he is trying to Yeah, I just think that like the processing of this is hitting him a little bit hard, especially because he's been rattled recently.
Yeah.
So kind of viewing this, he is he's taking his time with, I think.
Righty. Joe, slide back over to you. You begin stalking through this facilities, and you have several levels to work your way up. As you near one of the top levels, you can see in the distance. You can see Commander Fletcher moving towards you. They have something in their hands. You can't quite make it out. You're not very focused on them, but you hear a scratching and a low frequency screeching coming from behind some boxes as you near the top level of this part of the facility.
I'm making a beeline towards that sound.
Okay.
Like I'm bumping. Like it's like when you're trying to run to the objective in Grand Theft Auto, you don't care who you bump into. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those, except eerie floating.
I love it. I love it so much. You head that way, and as you get closer, you see that something is trapped underneath a box. It's kind of been overturned onto something.
I am going to reach for this trapped cornered thing.
You do so, and as you lift the box up, turning towards you is a worm with, I believe it had humanoid hands. Simon?
Didn't it also have human teeth?
And yeah, humanoid hands
far too many humanoid teeth in its like gaping open mouth, and what looked like eyes with far too long of lashes that seemed to come up from the top. I have the drawing of it if people need.
Questions for the courts too. If you need a close up, oh my god.
Who's that little guy?
Cursed.
We'll make sure it gets reposted for all the listeners at home and questions for the courts. But you see this little critter, this little harbinger, turn around and just at you.
I'm just going to grab it with my silver hand.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look it in the eye and go, "You bow in the presence of your king," and then I will crush it.
Okay. Are you just using Joe's super strength to do this?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I can roll. I'm down with rolling because things can go bad if you roll. I should have used Excalibur. I have it in my hand, but I'm too angry. All right, here we go.
I mean, you still could.
Yeah, but I said I'm gonna crush him, so he's getting crushed.
Okay.
Here we go. Unleash the dark.
Yeah, this would definitely be Unleash the Dark.
I'm going to put some darkness tokens in there. I'm putting 3 of them in there. It didn't do the thing again, but I said, well, 1 second. How do I put 1, 2, 3, and then okay, well, I did put 3. It's a 6, so that would be a 9.
Okay. What does it look like as you inflict the final condition of fear onto this harbinger and end it?
I think I'm gonna consume a little bit of this thing sauce too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Does it turn silver in your hand?
Yeah, the silver creeps up, and I think there's like a silver ringlet beginning to form on the around his head that will slowly take the shape of a crown if he keeps this nonsense up.
Okay. Yes, that definitely happens. And this little harbinger that escaped, it got free from the library from the tiny man in Lucius's eye. Just what in your hand? The eyes go from having long lashes to just 2 little X's over them.
Just gonna take a little taste. Ew. Throw it.
Tastes like raw chicken.
Gross.
But as this happens, Commander Payne, walks up behind you. I understand that there was a Harbinger on the loose. Is that it?
I think Joe's gonna look to see who's talking to him. See that it's not anyone that in this moment he considers of importance. They just go right back to his friends. I'm so sorry.
Fletcher Payne watches you as you leave and your friends make their way. Are you all coming up at this point, do you think? Or did you have more that you wanted to look through in the laboratory downstairs?
I think it's going to be just a matter of getting the teams down there to bag it and tag it, like the.
Mhm.
So I'd be heading back up with Lucius if Lucius still needs a hand.
Yeah.
With motion. Joe.
All right.
And I think like Lucius will like see this like dead, discarded Harbinger, and there is a twinge of sadness that plays across his face, seeing this weird little monster having its life extinguished. But I think he sort of like just shakes his head and will look at the captain and will say, it appears our good friend here was able to take care of the escapee. You have our permission to dispose of this as you will.
Ah, good to know. We'll get our scientists right on it. Who was it exactly?
And Lucius will say, do you remember there was there's a professor, big hair, tattoos all along her arms. She originally, at least we heard, was down at the Arctic or cold zone. I don't know if it was Arctic or Antarctic research base. They had apparently been working here for a while, and I believe that they worked here previously. Captain, do you happen to have records of who would have been the last one to check out? We found not an exhibit necessarily, but what is the word? Sample case. This is sample G221. Do you know who would have been the last one to interact with this?
This might have been before my time. Come with me. And Fletcher Payne will direct you all to follow him. And they take you back to their office in the center of the mysterious base. And begin typing on one of those transparent keyboards that just pops up out of nowhere, and it begins bringing some of the screens around him to life, and searches for that particular item and says, well, it wasn't one of ours. Where exactly was it tagged? Was it down in our lab?
No, it looks like there's the remains of a former division base not far from here, just off of the monster graveyard.
Division Laboratory 031 Alpha. Yeah, that was quite some time ago. I'd say I was not even a pilot yet here when that was shut down.
But you wouldn't happen to have record of it here?
No, for all of our partnership, during that time period, let's just say that our facility and the division facility that shut down did not have the best working relationship, to my understanding. Different goals regarding the rift. Bureaucracy.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you looking into this for us, Captain.
Mm-hmm. If anything comes up across my desk, I'll forward it on to you.
It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Well, it is the end of my workday officially. Anyone care for a drink? And they will pull out a bottle of whiskey from the bottom of their desk drawer.
This entire time, you had whiskey.
He's the captain of the base.
The only adults.
Oh, there are other adults here.
True. Like,
But yes,
there's
I
more
do not
adults in
drink.
this place than any other place.
But yes, I do not drink on the clock. And he will begin pulling out some glasses. As it's the end of his workday.
I think Joe just walks away.
He's already too full of rubbing alcohol and milk.
Like, just to paint a clear picture, his suit jacket burned away, so he's got like this burnt suit on, a silvered clawed hand, and he's just dragging Excalibur as he's floating. And it's this weird supernatural evilness that's just floating away pettingly. Fuck this guy.
I'm just trying to picture if there's like a cool way to glide away angrily, and I can't come up with something in my head right now.
I just pictured the sword dragging through the ground and making like the loudest, like nails on a chalkboard.
But yes, for those of you who wish to have a drink, the commander will have a drink with you and talk a little shop. Eden, you are going to the infirmary?
Yeah.
Is that where you're heading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever the other pilots were getting recovered.
Yeah. You see several of them there. A couple have not come to the infirmary. Catalina and the red-haired pilot are not here. But you do see Avery, and you also see let's see here. You see Asterio sitting on their bed, chatting with them. The feather like protrusions that were starting to grow on Avery's back are still there. They seem to be a little less biblically proportioned right now. It seems that something while you were gone came through and reversed something for Avery, or at least slowed it down. But Asterio's sitting there chatting away. Both of them are being watched closely by the medical staff.
Well, good. Yeah. I think Eden would probably approach them just to check. Like, hey, how's it going, you two?
Oh, hey. Is Din still here? Have they haven't left, have they?
No, they haven't left.
Okay.
They're just talking with the captain right now, but they're not gonna leave without talking to you or saying goodbye, probably.
Cool. Well, I mean, on one of their first trips here, I had to explain why goodbyes were important. And so, like, I just wanted to double check and make sure I didn't know if that, stuck. But yeah. And Asterio looks over and just says, I'm sure Din won't leave without saying goodbye to you. Did you need something more from us? Is there still a problem? I can
No,
go
I
get back in
think-
my flight suit if you need.
No, I think we took care of it. Which, yeah, that was quite the root cause. We found Luna, which is really good. Um, where are the others? Um, they're just you all. Are the other pilots okay?
Well, Catalina, he's probably either in the lunchroom or maybe in the training area. He was here for a little bit and then left. And Malika is most definitely in the training rooms. Um, she's there a lot.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you all are doing okay, those transformations were a lot.
Yeah, I have claws now. That's new. But they said that we can still pilot for now. So I don't have to take an early retirement, which would be weird. I'm not even 20 yet.
Yeah, that would be really weird, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the claws will be something to get used to. I don't have them all the time, but I can. Um, but oh, I think y'all are gonna do a really good job. I'm glad that it didn't get worse.
Yeah, that was it's pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly. Is the guy that's been going around asking for booze still here?
Yeah, and he wandered off from our meeting, so I'm not sure where he actually is right now.
Okay. Cool.
Was there something you wanted from him, or?
No, I thought he was kind of scary, so I
Oh,
wanted to avoid him. I'm
oh,
just gonna
okay.
stay here. Just I'm gonna stay here with Avery. Just stay here.
Sure. No, this is. I feel like he hasn't had the best day. Don't be too harsh on him. But
Right.
hopefully, we'll cross paths again. You'll see that he's not too scary.
Right. Right. Cool. Soda?
What you got?
Let's see. We have insert nondescript citrus name here, insert nondescript orange name here, insert nondescript cola name here. There's just a little mini fridge in this room. It's similar to the one that was in the quarters where all of the pilots stay. But it is stocked with everything that a teenager could possibly want to drink,
Mm-hmm.
minus the energy drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. She'll probably just grab one of the citrus ones.
Mm-hmm.
To say, yeah. Hopefully we'll cross paths again soon. I have a feeling that this won't be the last time we all see each other.
Well, if any rift monsters, cross the barrier, then we will definitely possibly see each other.
Hopefully that won't happen, but yeah, or hopefully better circumstances. Yeah, I'm gonna check with the group and see if they need me for anything. But good talk.
Good talk. And Avery, it was nice seeing you.
You too.
Remind Din to say goodbye. That's important.
I will. Although I feel
Okay.
like you've definitely changed them for the better. They're not gonna leave without saying bye.
Cool. Yeah, and you can head back towards the group. Where is Joe going?
Joey is going wherever they're expecting their ride to take them back. So if it's like a landing pad, he's just sitting there in the landing pad drinking the last of his booze.
Yeah. You can definitely be on the landing pad having your booze. No one's really paying you any mind. They're all going back about their business, trying to catch up on everything that kind of got set aside when all the alarms started going off and everything, and the shit started hitting the fan. The rest of you, are you heading out to leave? Was anyone else wanting to speak to anyone while they're here?
Din obviously will not leave without saying goodbye to Avery.
Mhm.
Because I've been bullied by NPCs.
Avery is ecstatic that you remembered to come back and say goodbye. They've while they've been sitting here waiting, they've cut up some strips of paper and they made you a bunch of tiny paper stars to take with you. They're all multicolored in different paper patterns.
Those are very pretty. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was going to do something more interesting, but I was told that macaroni crafts were not cool past the age of 10. So didn't
Oh.
do that.
I wasn't aware of that. I'm sure I would have liked it either way.
Cool. Next time you visit, I'm making you a macaroni necklace.
I will
Or
wear
a
it
frame.
with pride.
I could do a macaroni self-portrait. That's going to be a lot of macaroni. What do I use for all the eyes?
Googly eyes, obviously.
Googly, I'm going to have to order those. I will get some. Heck
See if
yeah.
you can requisition them.
Biblically accurate macaroni. Here we come.
I think Din lets out an out of character but still like so a little disconcerting laugh.
Okay.
It just like genuinely just sort of pull Avery in for a big hug.
Mm-hmm. They hug you back.
All right. You take care of yourself.
You too.
Use those claws if you need to.
These old things? Yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry. And next time I see you, if I have more eyes again, I'll practice my winking. Oh, we could have a staring contest.
That would be very interesting, as I don't blink unless I have to.
Wonder if I'll have to blink. What if I never have to close my eyes again? What if I sleep with my eyes open like a shark?
Oh, I had to actually practice being able to close my eyes.
Oh. I'll work on that.
It was very difficult at first.
Hmm.
But anyways, I should probably be getting back to the rest of my group. I'm sure Joe is upset because the booze has run out. And you're Avery. I've been told today that I am a good friend. And I'd like to think that I'm only a good friend because of you teaching me to be a good friend.
I didn't do anything.
So I just wanted to thank you for the lesson.
Yeah. Well, next time, sword lesson on you. Let's do it.
Always.
You got this, Din. You're not so different from everyone else. I mean, yeah, sure, you got more eyes and like sometimes you have wings that are like super cool, but like there's like you do stuff that like normal people do. You knit me that thing once. It was
Yes, knitting was an
hat, I
interesting
think.
hobby that I was able to test out for a little bit. I'm into cross stitch now.
Oh. Cool. And my
Um,
grandma does that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll be able to make you a cross stitch of you.
You do the
I'll
cross
teach
stitch.
you.
I'll do the macaroni art.
All right. Take care of yourself.
You too.
And then Din's gonna head back to the rest of the group.
Yeah. You can all reconvene to catch your flight out. Commander Payne is there to say goodbye to you all and thank you for your service here on the island. They'll handle cleanup and taking things over from here, send you anything that they find. But you're all free to board the helicopter that's waiting for you to take you back to the mainland.
I think the last thing that Lucius will say to Commander Payne is I know that you're still that you are off the clock currently. When you clock in again, I would recommend checking underneath the body of insert the mega Halima that was in the graveyard. I think that you will find some interesting discoveries there.
8 a.m. sharp, I will be there.
And Lucius will give a little salute to this guy, and then a hand, a very firm salute, and then just until next time, Captain.
Stay safe out there.
As to you. And Lucius will just shamble his way back into the helicopter, strap himself in.
Yeah, you all can strap yourselves in and you prepare once again to go through the magical barriers that protect this place from the outside world, shielding it, keeping it off of anyone's radar, off of anyone's maps. And as you feel that final push, you see the border of a South American country come into view. And then you land at a division base and begin your series of portals back to your division base in Chicago. However, this time, your usual handler, Agent Yates, is not waiting for you. This time you get the intern. Angie is there waiting for you. She is a short woman with skin that's a slightly purple tinge. She has long dark hair down to her waist that is in 2 braids, and she has a impressively large nose ring, and she's there waiting for you all. And oh, hey, hi everyone, how's it going? I brought coffee.
Has Agent Yates left on his vacation?
Oh, he left work early today to go pack. I was told to tell you that he will be bringing his dog by tomorrow morning, if that's okay.
That's perfect.
Fantastic. I
didn't want to be late for our appointment.
Right. Well, I mean,
I had shaken on this agreement.
Okay. That's cool. I brought everyone's Moonbucks order that Agent Yates says that you all like. Joe, there's extra sprinkles on yours. You're muted.
Can't hear you.
No! Joe floats over, grabs the coffee, drinks it without checking the tip. It just immediately throws it on the ground.
So, awesome. So I see it's exactly like the last time that I filled in for Agent Yates. This is awesome. Here you go, everyone. Here's everyone else's
Lucius
orders.
will take his and he'll look at it, look at the order notes, and just I think that he would say, "You remembered. Excellent job, Angela. Keep up the good work."
Thanks.
And he will just
I-
walk off.
Oh. Someone really needs to teach those two small talk. And it's not going to be me because I'm not getting paid enough. Is there anything I can get the two of you before I call this debrief done, I guess? I don't know. You guys are the easiest team. Half of you just leave.
Din will take the empty cup to fit in. And mime drinking.
Yours has your name written on it in like a really nice Sharpie. But there's nothing in it. You're just included because you want to be included.
Yeah. I want to feel like a member of the team, everybody. And I think I don't think that there's anything we need to debrief it. The professor returned some kind of, I'm not certain if it was a clone or some other kind of construct that had their form. And we defeated them before the door was opened.
Oh.
Surprisingly.
Well, good work. I think Agent Yates has like a little chart for you all that he puts star stickers on, so I'll make sure that your stars, I don't know if I was supposed to tell you that or not. But I'll make sure that you get a sticker on his chart for a job well done, and I will update his notes on this case.
I will refrain from telling Lucius or Joe.
That's probably a good idea.
Joe might just want the stickers for himself. Thank you,
Right.
Angie.
You're welcome. Oh, Nessie made brownies. They're in the break room.
They will go good with this glass of nothing.
Exactly. All right. I don't know you all until Monday. Have a great night. Bye. And she is going to hug her clipboard to her chest and start walking away to go put her paperwork away and finish the filing on y'all's mission. Where's everyone head to now? You got some free time.
I think Joe's just outside smoking.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Lucius he'll go up and he'll stand by Joe, and he's just gonna keep drinking his Moonbucks order, which is a chai latte with oat milk because it tastes very. It's basically like a much better version of a pumpkin spice kind of thing. It's very delicious and good all year round.
I love it.
It's so good. That's my personal order. I love getting that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, like, he doesn't really say much to Joe as Joe continues to smoke. And then when it's basically down to the filter, I think that Lucius would ask, are you still in the mood for a drink, or are you... is your stomach curdled at this point? I think I saw you drinking rubbing alcohol, and was that 2%?
I think so.
It was a little foggy back on the island, but if you'd like something better than what you can find in a cabinet, my treat.
You'll notice that his non-silvered hand is still clutching Excalibur, and he's just got the cigarette between his two silvered claw fingers. I think I understand you a little bit better now, Lucius.
What do you mean by that?
I consumed all of what that shard of the professor was. And I really liked it.
The question I will ask you then, when you say that you enjoyed yourself, what aspect of feeding was preferable to you? Was it knowing that you have power over another thing entirely? Was it knowing that as soon as you complete your feast, that it will be a part of you forever? Or was it just the rush, let's say, of something that you have not had in quite some time?
I think it's twofold. One, the absolution of it, knowing that something that was is no longer, for no other reason than my sustenance. I enjoy that. And then, when you look at the scope of it, and we're dealing with these smaller Harbingers, I know what my place is, and they are all beneath me.
That is why it is
All.
called the food chain, my friend.
What business does a shark have playing with guppies, is my question.
If you are wondering about the small creature that got away.
These little doors and these little Harbingers, we run around and we stop them. It doesn't matter. The moment I decide to open my door, it all comes crashing down.
To put it lightly, you said, what the business does a shark have to do with guppies? I believe you're thinking of the wrong animal. A shark, it will kill because it is hungry. And sometimes for fun, I assume. I have not had the mindset of a shark in plenty a while. For harbingers that are small, for creatures that are small, for things that are small, think of yourself as a whale, my friend. A blue whale, for example, will open its mouth and swim through a school of shrimp, krill, and in doing so, it harvests. But it is as natural as breathing. In this case, I am not a shark. I will gladly be a whale. I would like to reveal my heart to somebody.
Hell yeah.
Spend and roll. I don't have any darkness. Hey!
Hey!
Perfect hit!
Perfect hit. Proud
I
of
would
you.
like to, if they are a PC and they choose to deeper the connection further, they choose one too. You want to deeper our connection?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah! So we grow closer. We can gain one bond on each other. They soothe your heart, clear one condition. They taught you something important, mark 1 XP, or they gave you hope and clear 1 ruin.
Okay, I am going to clear a condition. 'Cause I had a couple going.
I'm also clearing a condition because I have 4 out of 6 right now.
Woof. I've got 2 out of 4. I'm gonna get rid of raging. I still have my obsessed. And I think your words get to him, and there's nothing you say to show it, but he does something. He hands you Excalibur.
And what am I supposed to do with this exactly? I'm trained in fencing, not two-sword fighting.
Goddamn sword, Lucius.
I think Lucius will take it and hold it.
As soon as you pick it up, you feel the message that it's been giving to Joe, which is that he should just be ruling people.
And I think that Lucius, holding the sword, feeling this message, he pities the sword. Because it is lonely at the top. And a sword that is designed specifically to rule and not to lead is a sword that Lucius does not wish to have any power towards. And he says, I think he sort of weighs it, and like he holds it at a center point on one finger, and it's like the perfectly level, all things in balance. And he will just say, it is excellently made. I will give it that. But I do not think that this blade and I share the same worldview.
Reaches his hands out to take it back.
And he will, like, two hands out, like it is a precious artifact. He will hand it back to you.
For the first time since he summoned it, he desummons it. Just gotta take some breath and lights another cigar. Damn it, I hate when we get sentimental.
You feeling thirsty?
No, but I know that the bar is the perfect place to feel like the asshole I am again.
Let's go make sure you're in tip-top shape, then.
I'm gonna follow.
All right, you two are heading off to the Wolfwood Bar, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Eden, where are you going?
What time of day is it? Just out of curiosity.
It is probably 5 p.m. Time was a little weird on the island. With all of that magic buzzing around in the rifts. Little wibbly wobbly. Turns out you were actually there for 2 days.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's about 5 p.m. on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it after hours at the museum or not?
Let me check how late museums stay open. One moment, please.
Like, I don't know, because I feel like some probably do close at 5, but others that like there's probably like an hour or two left.
Most
but,
of them
like,
here close at around 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The Santa Barbara Museum closes at 5 p.m. So we'll split the difference and we'll say that you probably have about another hour, 2 hours that the museums can be open for.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna pay that a visit.
Okay.
We're gonna go over there.
All right. The Natural History Museum?
Mhm.
All right, yeah. There's a couple groups of school kids wrapping up their extended field trips there. They're pointing at the dinosaurs in wonder and amazement. Is there anyone in particular you're looking for here?
I mean, if Aoife is wandering around, you'll
Yeah.
probably see if she's there.
She's not wandering around. However, if you go to the desk and ask for her and show that you have her card, the desk clerk does call back to her, and her assistant actually comes out to greet you. They are a shorter male-presenting person with a side shave, and their brown hair has streaks of green in it. They introduce themselves to you as Adam.
Oh. Just let me take that down in my notes real fast.
Please do, because I'm gonna forget this name like the second it's out of my brain. But they say, "Hey, you're here for Aoife?"
Mhm.
All right, right this way. You need this, and you are handed a special visitor's badge. And They say don't lose that. Keep it on you at all times once we're past like the employees only signs. And don't touch anything back here without gloves on. That's
Okay.
super important. Okay. This way. And they walk quickly. They're a power walker to the very back of the museum, and you are led through one of those office areas that has like the glass walls that like the public can see into, like the desks and the meeting rooms and stuff. You're led past all of that to an area that you've never been to before in the museum. And this is where they keep the collection under meticulous care. Everything is kept at the right humidity, the right temperature. There are these, they almost look like large library bookshelves, but instead of having shelves, they have drawers, and they are lined up along one wall and they move along a track when you pull the handle. So they are able to store many things that are not currently on display here and keep them all cataloged and organized. And you are led back to the very back of this area where Aoife is currently working on cataloging some items that are apparently recent acquisitions. She's filling out the forms for them and tagging them and prepping their display cards. Turns around to you and, oh, it's the person who got my bag at the party.
Oh, that was yours?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I.
Don't
That
worry
makes
about it.
sense.
It's fine. It was one fair and square. What can I do for you?
Well, I mean, you were so nice at the party that I thought I would just pay a visit. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to drop in, see how you're doing. And oh, what is this that you're working on at the moment?
Oh, these are currently on loan to us. These are some artifacts allegedly dating back to biblical times. And supposedly that is the spear that pierced the sides of a certain notable biblical figure. Um, I don't think it's really that old though. I have my doubts. So I'm being rather cautious in how I word its display card. And then we also have this one's on loan to us from a private collection, but supposedly it's from the actual Garden of Gethsemane. And I think it's just a very old cup, honestly. If I'm being honest, I think it just saw a lot of wine back in the day. But anyways, it's all part of this big Christmas promotion that they're having me prep.
Oh, that's really cool. So, do you think that there are things left over from biblical times that would come into acquisition here at all?
I mean, potentially, but you also, have to understand that most of the record from that time was first part of an oral tradition, and then it was written down by those who weren't actually there at the time from the oral tradition. And then you also have to take into account that when it was written, people had their own agendas, and all of the texts that coincide with the ones that people consider to be the Christian Bible aren't even included in that. And then there's other religious documents from other denominations of Christianity or from Judaism, and there is a lot of information out there that isn't necessarily verifiable, but people will pay good money during the holidays to bring their families to come see it as I don't know, tradition.
I mean, whatever supports this place, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's amazing what you've been able to put together.
Oh, thank you. It's a job of it's a labor of love for many here, but I think we do all right. If I could just get them to fix the damn dinosaur bones that are in the wrong spot, everything would be a-okay. Is there anything you'd like to look at? I can take you through a private tour if you'd like.
That would be incredible. Yeah, and, I actually did have one question now that I think about it, just off
Mhm.
the top of my head. Um, because there was this coworker that knows like a private owner collection thing, or you were talking about where this cup came from.
Mhm.
I was talking about um possibly obtaining the rib of Adam. Like, do you think that's possible?
I mean, it might be if they were a real person, um, who had a real body. Like, okay, remind me again, what happened with the that was before. No, that's what creates Eve, right? The made from the rib of.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
the like the Genesis versus
Okay.
what was it? As Hexa player looks
Oh,
into our
hang on.
notes.
I got and she pulls out like there are three different Bible. They're like
I was like,
they're
yeah,
like
it's right here on the
yeah.
page.
There's three different Bibles like not far away that she's been using as references. She pulls one over and flips it to Genesis for you.
Yeah, that one. That's what they were talking about.
I mean, potentially. I think that would be a bit more of a stretch than what they're demanding I put on display for the folks here, but I mean, I she just kind of gives you an exasperated
Oh yeah,
sign shrugs.
it's more of
Um,
just a personal curiosity than like anything that I would expect someone to put on display. But it was just, it seemed pretty preposterous to hear about.
yeah, I mean, you could check with that one. I think they're technically a theme park that's all Bible based. I think they're in where are
Isn't it
they?
like Arkansas or something? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. You could try them. They might have some thing rib like. It honestly, it's my expert opinion that it would be very unlikely that something like that would survive this long.
For sure.
But I do have some cool fossils that I can show you.
Absolutely. That sounds great.
Right this way. Um, oh, by the way, so your friend Joe, what's their deal? And they will take you by the arm and get a little tea on Joe from you if they can, and lead you to one of the other shelves and they'll pull out a whole bunch of fossils for you to look at that are on display. There's some that are plant matter. There are some that are those really cool, the really cool like snail fossils. That you get to look at. You get a pair of gloves. You get to touch things. You get to look at whatever you want. That's not on display here while you're with Aoife.
Well, heck yeah. I know she'll probably like try her best not to like let slip anything that's like too incriminating,
Mhm.
or like even on hers like there's probably a oh yes I remember this, oh yeah, from like another museum that I went to, just probably a
Oops.
couple of those. Um,
I remember why the unicorns weren't on the ark. Whoopsie.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely have girl talk and fossil time with Aoife. Din, where do you head to end your workday? You're muted.
I think Din is going to start up a new cross stitch.
Okay.
And it's going to be of it's not going to be like a very complex one. It's going to be it's going to be a like pixel art of the group of Din, Lucius, Eden, and Joe. Joe's got picked out some nice silver thread for Joe's little hand.
I
then
love it. Where does
it's kind of like a home sweet home kind of deal.
I love it. Where just because I'm curious, where has Din learned about pixel art as someone who doesn't use technology?
So Din learned about it because Nessie was the one that taught Din how to cross stitch, and I think the idea that uh, uh, I think there's like some division computers that Din is very does the granny like tap tap tap
Mm-hmm.
and learned about, oh, if you do cross stitch, you can actually do like these little miniaturized version of people, and that kind of sent Din down a very slow moving rabbit hole because I can only move 2 fingers at a time of the keyboard.
I love it. Yes, Nessie is more than happy to introduce you to that. And she actually tells you a lot about her granddaughter, who's around Avery's age, is very into Minecraft and has shown Nessie how to use Minecraft customizers to kind of create her own little patterns for pixel art people that she wants to cross stitch. So
That
Din can also be introduced to Minecraft.
I think Din is going to had at one point probably initially started it up to like learn about like how to do the cross stitch better, but eventually might have fallen down a Minecraft hole and now has a server.
Oh yeah, totally. You have the cutest village that there ever was. Very biblically accurate.
There are cows, but they are also mushrooms.
They are. They are. Live that fun modding life, Din.
I want some mushrooms, please.
Yeah, you can definitely be cross stitching. And I think that before we go on further with what happens at the bar and elsewhere, will be a good place for a little bit of an early break.
Hickey.
Sounds good. So we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see all of you guys shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back. Rock and roll. Let's do this. Hey, Sarah, take us away.
Let's go on an adventure, everybody. To the Wolfwood Bar, where we find Joe and Lucius walking in. You see some of the regular patrons of this local bar that you've seen here before when the two of you come in. The usual Wolfman bartender is behind the bar, currently polishing a glass. Recently got a haircut, has kind of like the Wolverine look going on right now with their facial fur. Where do you all head to? Do you go to a booth? Do you like a table? You can sit at the bar.
I think Joe's gonna opt to sit at the bar.
Yeah. Lucius will sit right next to him.
Cool. The bartender comes over and what can I get y'all? We have 2-for-1 well drinks right now, but Joe, I know you never drink well, so
Only
what's
top
it gonna
shelf,
be?
the most expensive. Keep it coming.
Oh, whiskey, vodka, rum.
Surprise me.
Got it. For you?
I will take rye whiskey.
Okay. Top shelf?
He nods.
Okay. Love it when you two come in together.
He says that, but we always tip him very well.
He genuinely
Yeah.
means it. You are out honestly easy orders for this this bartender. A few moments go by and he comes back and slides drinks in front of both of y'all. Open tab.
Open tab.
Lucius just like hands his card forward and just says, just hold on to it for now.
Okie dokie.
Bartender, who do you mind? Who here do you mind never have coming back again? What patron here do you can I fuck with?
Joe.
Okay, we're gonna have this talk again. Yes.
Yeah. So here's the thing about
Uh-huh.
this bar
Yeah.
is it's a safe haven for everyone who comes in, because the world is not, genuinely nice to those of us who can't really hide
Yeah.
the monster parts of ourselves. So I really need this place to stay safe for everyone who comes in here.
Yeah. Gun to your head. You have to choose somebody though. Who you think?
Joe, I can't. Look, you all tip so well, and I love how much you come in here and drink. But please don't make me speed dial Eden tonight. Please. Please, just but
I'm pretty sure I could finish my shenanigans before Eden gets here.
I'm sure you could, but can you handle that look of disappointment?
Depends on how heavy you're pouring tonight.
I've got some extra bottles in the back. I'll go get them.
See, this is why I love you.
I think Lucius this whole time has just been like, excellent. Wow, fantastic. Like, he's just like, he knows. I feel like this is a standard rapport of just like, I'm looking to get fucked up. Who do you need X's?
There's a special way your ice is made for your whiskey. It's a special little mold and everything. It is perfect every time, Lucius. But yes, the exasperated bartender will go and prepare to drown Joe's Starros, whatever they may be tonight.
So, how you feeling, Lucius, now that the little guy inside you is out?
How do I put this? You know that you and I are different, yes?
That's what they say.
You are, what is the phrase? An eternal? Someone who has sort of always been this way. I'm assuming not always, there was that defining moment for you with your previous friends.
Really, I had a defining moment in my life. I can't imagine what that would be. Lucius.
Well, let's see. There was the time that the Kingdom of Camelot was sent into turmoil. Like, you could have just let Arthur and that weird stepson of his, like, figure it out. Like, Mordred, I've heard, was an asshole. So yes. I really don't know what you were doing with that. But
in all fairness, Guinevere came on to me. That's neither here nor there.
That was one of the first ones that I
Yes.
was able to feast on myself. Small, yes, but for somebody who is just learning, it took a long time of keeping them contained for me to figure out how to functionally do these things.
I suppose there's a point in here somewhere.
The point is, do I feel better now that, as you said, that little guy inside of me has escaped and met his end? Both yes and no. It was still something that was a part of me, even after I consumed it, and it had a history.
Yeah, I kinda dig it, but have some regrets about it being gone, so I'm gonna just take a shot. Here, do your thing. I took a nibble out of it, so when you took a nibble out of me, you can get some of it back.
And I think Lucius, he'll just sort of nod, and says, I appreciate that, my friend.
Yeah, it tasted like shit chicken, so you should have appreciated it.
Can you turn your volume up just a little bit? I couldn't really hear that last
Sorry.
bit.
He
I
said-
was just about to message you. I was
Yeah,
like, I don't know if Zoom's doing something or what.
It's Zoom. He says it tasted like shit chicken, so you should appreciate it.
Yeah, he'll just sort of like, yeah, that's what I remember it tasting like. Harbingers, for the most part, don't taste good by regular standard, but it's sort of like drinking an IPA. They all taste bad, but you start to recognize which are the good bad versus the bad.
As the king of Harbingers, I am going to choose to be offended by that.
They're very similar with Harbingers. Some taste better than others.
I know that I, for one, am probably delicious.
And I think that Lucius will say, there is one way for me to find out.
Well, you gotta get that piece of you back anyway, so here, have at.
Sure. And I think that just at the bar, gonna drain him, I suppose.
Alrighty. I believe, would this be Unleash the Dark for you?
I believe it would be.
All
Or
right.
it would be the gnawing edge of hunger.
Let's see. Which one's that one?
Oh, yeah. So, gnawing edge of hunger is when you surrender to the hunger within you. Describe how your body transforms and what you feed on.
Okay.
Or,
You can, I would accept either.
okay.
Whichever one you want.
Let's see here.
Dealer's choice.
I'm gonna do Unleash the Dark because the other one says on a miss that I prepare for the worst, and we're in a very public bar that the bartender was just like, hey, I don't want to lose this place. So I think that I will Unleash the Dark instead.
Don't make me call party mom, please.
Yeah, well, that's why
I'm ready.
That's why he's not doing the thing. It's fine. Let me see here.
I feel like Eden's phone is always charged.
Oh yeah.
Always charged, always in the same pocket. Volume always on.
I have a portable battery at this point. This is what it is.
Perfect hit. Hey.
Fantastic.
So, with a perfect hit, you wield the darkness with control and ease. Get past their defenses and inflict a condition. Get what you want from them. Avoid reprisal, harm, or cost. Gain the upper hand for now. Expose a flaw or a weakness, or confuse them for some time. So I don't think Unleash the Dark. Those don't sound like the right ones.
Do you really wanna hurt me?
Let's see. Well, I mean, you would get what you want from them,
That's
which
true.
is the tasty little buddy back, and you could also use avoid reprisals, harm, or cost to avoid inflicting any damage to
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, I'll do both those.
Word.
So I think the main difference is that it's the essence of that harbinger, because Joe did the soul steal from it, but it's not like it'll never be that weird worm thing again. He'll still feel it in there, but like he won't be able to like summon this thing at a later point in time. But he's
Yeah.
still appreciative of his friend.
Hey, did you get as much of it back as you could?
For the most part, it's a little difficult. It gets down into the metaphysics of it, what constitutes a being versus what is the essence of a being. Is the essence of a being.
Lord,
I am
now.
not trying to bore you. I am trying to share a drink with a friend.
I appreciate that, and that is why I apologize for this. He's gonna stand on top of the bar, and he's going to go, I need to go home with somebody tonight to let off some steam. I will not talk to you in the morning. This will not be anything further than what it is tonight. And you can probably steal something from my apartment, and I won't know it'll be worth more than anything you've ever had in your life. So, any takers?
I think like Lucius is just like there is like just a firm like blink, blink. just shakes his head, smiles, like finishes his drink. He'll set it down, and then he'll go and approach the wolf man and just be like, I'm just gonna pick up my card tomorrow.
As you walk over there, you see that the bartender is already composing a text to Eden. And Eden, you get a text message a few minutes later that Joe is in the bar propositioning the entire bar. Should I stop him? Yes or no?
If there are more than one takers, you will have to compete for my bed.
There's only room for 5. Any more than that?
My God. I think Eden would text back. It's like, now is he belligerent or violent?
A drink, just horny.
I think at that point he's gonna like whip his shot glass at the wall and go, let's get to it.
Joe, you're approached by several bar patrons.
Oh my God.
It's just gonna be like a bad American Idol. Like, what are your talents? What's your backstory? Like, that's Joe all night. I'm so sorry.
Well, I am a Mothman, and my background is I am a moth. Now, before you turn me down for this proposition, I will remind you, Mothman has a very juicy ass.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you to turn around after you said Mothman.
Mothman twerks.
All right, we've got one.
All right. Heck, or Nita, would you like to throw out an NPC since Simon just has?
Oh my God! Is that
You know
we're
what? Why not? Yeah. I'm gonna jump into this one. Yeah, there's this woman with these very like subtle tattoos on like either side like of her hairline that are these antlers. Like, well, I'm Wendy, and while you know, I might not be the most forward. I'll definitely be sure to get out of your hair afterward.
That is appreciated. Oh, what color hair does Whitney have?
I would say a red, but like more like the color that like leaves turn red in fall.
Can I have you say in your most intimate voice, where's the beef?
this is like the player hesitating. What the fuck?
I hate Joe so much.
This is officially the weirdest session I have ever jammed.
What happened here? Yeah, yeah, Wendy will just kind of do like the same like 2 blinks that Lucius did before promptly leaving the establishment. Say, where's the beef?
I can make that work. We got another one.
Mothman high fives.
Which, yeah, if those of you in chat don't know the cameo yet, this is the Wendigo.
Like, I almost wish I had Joe's level of confidence, and also, I never would have been this confident ever.
This is amazing. Anita, do you have any NPCs in mind that you'd like to throw into the ring?
You were muted.
Still can't hear you.
Yeah.
All right, now you can hear me. As a matter of fact, I do. All right, so a tall, like very tall, in a very nice suit, uh, furry gentleman, uh, kind of ape-like, just sort of leans and says, "Hey, how's it going?"
All right, let's see. You're pretty big. I like to be the biggest one of the bed. This might be an issue. I
I mean,
I
it's only an
appreciate.
issue if you make it an issue.
Oh, see, there's a power imbalance here. You trying to dominate. Like, well, you know what?
I
Let's
mean,
see.
it's always fun to give up control if you want to give up control.
Uh, can I just hear you say "eight together strong"? Real, just look me in my eyes and say it.
Is that the game we're playing tonight?
Do you want a spot on the roster? If you can look, there is a line of people waiting for the spot that you could have if you look me in my eyes and say "apes together strong."
Uh, this Sasquatch is going to uh lift up your chin. Ape together strong.
Very good. All right, get back there. All right, we got 2 more slots. I'm gonna need to start picking things up.
I think it's at this point, Eden gets
By the way, that was my penance for morning ritual where I had to make a daddy character. So I made Daddy Sasquatch.
pendants fulfilled.
Oh, the bard will be proud.
And I don't know, like I would have just been leaving the museum. Do you think Aoife would have agreed to come to the bar?
Yeah, you can definitely take Aoife to the bar. It's the end of her workday. She'll go out with you for a drink. You've been doing girl talk this whole time. It's been great.
Yeah, I think she would have been transparent enough. It's like, hey, I just got a text from the owner of the bar. I may or may not have to pick up Joe. But we could probably get drinks like on the way if you're down for that.
Sure, I'd love to. We can take my car if you'd like. And she clicks the key fob on a very expensive Rolls Royce.
Oh. Yeah, let me get the address for you. Yeah, we'll head over.
I think when you get to the bar, the first thing you hear is, "I need you to say, 'Welcome to the Legends of the Hidden Temple,' or this isn't gonna work."
As Eden and Aoife walk into the bar, you just hear from across the room, Joe, "Welcome to the Legends of the Hidden Temple."
Who the hell is you? Not you. He's looking at the person he asked to say that. You're out of here.
Eliminated.
Who said oh, Eden. Everybody get out.
Eden is standing there next to Aoife. Aoife is in her work clothes still, a very nice tailored suit with her little lapel pin. I was told there'd be drinks.
Right. Bartender. Top shelf mystery for my friend here. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you want? Tea drink, I guess.
Mystery drink is fine. I thought you said that he was belligerently drunk.
Well, I think you may or may not have a little bit of an effect on him.
That's going to be fun.
Nobody even has an effect on me. I needed to take a break from my recruiting.
Recruiting for what?
A wrestling team.
Mothman is sharing phone numbers with the other groups. Like, hey, like we were all down for it without that guy anyway. So like,
I see. Mm-hmm. So, what kind of wrestling do you like to do? Is this like a WWE style thing, or are we talking?
It's closer to Greco-Roman with a strong Indian influence.
Okay. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, the best of West and East, right? So, anyway, what are you doing here? I hope this isn't about the bag. No hard feelings.
No, Eden and I just spent a couple hours together going through the archive, looking at some of the fossils. Oh, and we got to look at some really lovely pottery that just came into. And then I was told that they needed to pick you up here, so I came with for a drink.
Oh, oh, oh! He looks at the bartender. You piece of shit.
The bartender's just shaking their head at you.
You know I have a hard time being my full slut self in front of Eden.
That's probably why he texted.
Well,
So this wrestling match happens regularly then?
Depends on the time of year. They're different tournaments, you know.
Oh, I see. I see.
Imagine a flashback of just all the different times he's pulled stuff like that. All right, we're playing crotch jousting. Everybody get in line beside us.
Crotch joust.
All right, we're playing butt cheek tug of war. Everybody like
Simon's reaction. This is the best part. Oh my god. This is the cursed episode, and I love every bit of it.
This is, gosh.
We thought last episode was the cursed episode, but no, this
Look.
is it.
They don't call it apocalypse kisses for nothing on the internet.
we're playing Splatoon, and then we're gonna have sex after.
Welcome to downtime.
That's the best one. That is the funniest one. I'm just gonna write down my star for later.
Oh. So, as it's always good to see you, Eden, I'm just gonna go talk to some of my friends. I realized that I didn't give the team the meetup information, so I'm gonna go do that. Do not look in my direction while I do that. Yes. He just looks.
I'm Eden, I'm sorry. Should I not have come?
No.
He seems
definitely...
very uncomfortable by my presence.
Oh no, it's more of me. For some reason, like there's just kind of this undertone of judgment. When like he's allowed to do whatever he wants, but I don't know. There's something about me, no, I thought coming for drinks would be fun, and I didn't want to just leave you high and dry.
I appreciate it. And it's around this time that you get your drinks slid in front of the two of you. Din, is there anything else that you would be doing this evening? Let's check in.
I think eventually Din is going to wander around the empty division headquarters and just think, they're probably at the bar. Joe has either found a way to fight someone or do the other F thing with someone. I should go check in. Ed is going to teleport to the bar, basically.
Yeah, you can teleport right into the bar. The clientele is totally used to it, as is the bartender. There's actually like a little teleportation nook that people can teleport in and out of. So you pop right in. You see Joe off talking to Hang on. Mothman, a Wendigo, and a Sasquatch at the bar. Not far away, Eden and Aoife, the woman that you met at Joe's party, are sitting having drinks. And is Lucius still in the building, or did Lucius leave?
Oh, Lucius, he told the bartender, like, as soon as Joe was like, I need to fuck, he was like, all right, you know what? I was trying to have a fun drink with my friend. His priorities seem to have shifted in the course of the evening. I'm just gonna go home.
Okay, so you've already left the bar?
Lucius, like,
Okay.
he dipped.
Okay, yeah. Lucius is not there, but you see the others.
Here's the NDA. Here's the waivers that you'll need to sign. All 14 of them. Yes, you will need to sign them in triplicate. Y'all know how to use a trampoline, right?
It's okay. Yeah, didn't.
I think I'll
Welcome
head
to
over
everyone.
to I'll head over to Eden.
Den?
Ah. I see you've been called in as backup.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be too rambunctious or too unhandleable a scenario this time around.
Is Lucius about?
No, I haven't seen him actually.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I don't think we got to meet at the party. I'm Aoife.
Dynast.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, and he's going with the euphemism that it's a wrestling event.
He always comes up with very creative names for these exploits. My favorite was the Kentucky Derby.
Was it actually on Kentucky Derby Day? Because I've been to one of those parties.
It was because we were all horsing around.
There were a lot of tiny hats involved.
Oh, tiny hats. Okay. I can get the mental picture.
A lot of spurs and whips, if you get my meaning.
This is unhinged,
Yeah.
but I'm here for it. And I'm playing such a straight-laced character.
Tonight's event is called The Fall of Carthage.
Oh, the religious trauma runs deep here, y'all. The religious trauma runs deep.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious me. I'm not one to spoil a good time. It's better than Joe deciding that he wanted to fight every patron here.
I could see that being a bit of a no-go.
Last time he bullied a poor man who was just a normal gentleman. He just happened to look kind of like a walrus.
Oh,
It was very sad.
that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate.
I feel like I'm bringing down the vibes. Is that right? Mood.
I mean, the mood was already a little weird to begin with, but that's totally fine. What do you like to do, Din?
Oh, well, I cross stitch. I
Really?
crochet on occasion.
Okay.
I do a lot of crafts, actually.
That is so much fun. I don't craft myself, but I do have to build displays at the museum, so it's kind of a little bit artistic in a sense. What about you, Eden? Do you make things?
Um, Not so much make things as I guess arranging things in like a garden kind of sense might apply, but yeah, no, I like plants.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Everything I bring into my apartment dies.
Well, how much light is in your apartment? Like, how much does it let in?
Well, I have a wall that's all windows, but apparently not all plants like as much sunlight as I get. It
Yeah.
faces I get afternoon sun. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's a little intense. But I do have a very realistic looking fake cactus.
Hey, I mean, as long as that works for you, huh?
It hasn't melted.
Well, there. I would hope not. Well, there you go, though. I know. That's the kind of thing that I like to do, and I don't know. I think you're being a little too humble with those museum displays. They're really well done.
Oh, thank you. It's not just me, it's everyone else there, but I really like filling out the information cards. I like just sharing the knowledge with everyone who's going to come along after and read them. I think that's my favorite part.
That's uh, a very interesting and useful thing to do.
Mhm.
Not everyone can be concise with their words in such a way to help spread knowledge and information.
And sometimes we get to throw a little alliteration in there for fun.
Ah,
It helps
Very
people
good.
remember things, especially the kids. If it's fun to say, then they'll remember it forever.
We got room for 2 more. Get in here, mustache.
No, he's already been through too much.
You will
Oh,
politely
gosh.
decline. Save room for Ditka. Like,
There's a little pixie that flies over at one point, and I believe one of the little gray men from Area 51, they actually work in a different department of division. Come over and see what's up, Joe.
So how many things can you do while you fly? Cut away from the joke. I'm sorry.
Look at me.
Are you asking the pixie or the little gray man from Area 51?
No, I'm a little scared to find out myself. You falling inside a side of your character you didn't know was there.
Just sort of look at and make eyes with the little gray man. Hi, Craig.
I'm gonna do such weird things to that little motherfucker.
Hey, Dad, how you doing? We
Just,
don't have to
be-
wear party hats this time. See you in the office.
I like that Craig's just a regular.
Yeah. From that,
What have we done?
let's hop over to Lucius. So, where'd you head off to?
I went home. I was like, I am on my way back to my house at this point, and I think that God damn it, Craig. Fucking alien. I think that Lucius, I think that he's like driving home in silence, and he's doing that thing where like he is muscle memorying his way back to his home, because his brain is just completely like it's still on the island. Like, I don't think that he has the ability to shut off between missions like Joe does. And so I think that he is because the conditions that I am still left with are raging, lonely, and despondent. So I think that he is just like, he can't stop thinking about all of the copies of Luna and Hydra Omicron, and he can't help but think at the clone of the professor, and his mind keeps going back to the dossiers that he found on each of them at the facility on their first mission, their first streamed mission. So I think that he is like, it is just like every rabbit hole and wild hair that is going through his brain is like taking more priority than like making this an enjoyable car ride for himself. He's just going home.
Okay. As you approach your home, it's gotten dark out at this point. It's fall. The days are a little shorter. Night comes early and stays longer than anyone wants it to. And you pull up to your house, and everything looks in perfect order.
Okay. Yeah, he gets out of his car, heads inside.
Mm-hmm.
If he's able to. I don't know.
Suddenly you're hit by a truck that's careening down the street. JK.
And now we start a new game system, and this is Lucius's isekai.
That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? If you had to do like an extended break, just isekai the whole cast.
Mm-hmm.
You head inside, and that record is still sitting next to the record player where you left it.
Yeah, I think he's just going to be listening to it. I think he's going to be listening to it while he is looking through notes. He's also, I feel like, one of it's between him and Dynast that are more meticulous with their case notes, like with the actual like play-by-play of what happened while they were on their mission brief, or not their brief, but like their mission report. So I think that Lucius is going to pour himself a nice beverage with his perfectly spherical balls of ice, and he's just going to listen to that. And I think there is that moment where it is in the chorus and he hears that phrase again, "We can be like they are," and then followed up with don't fear the Reaper," and he personally keeps thinking about that and the professor who they had seen as a harbinger and then as a person again, and the bone that was missing from what we know now is the Forgotten Division Lab, and how that whole thing, that start is something like a duplicate being created with while not a perfect one-for-one, is still the creation of something new. And I think that I think before he even realizes, like as he's writing his report and as he's like finishing his like kind of thought on this, I don't think that he realizes that the record has just been going with like that end of record borderline static. It's the same thing as our good friend Ted from Nerd Immersion, where he said that like after playing so much or Baldur's Gate, that when it was silent, he was still hearing the music. I think that is what is happening with Lucius right now, is that he has listened to this song so many times now that even when it's not playing, like it takes him a brief moment to realize that it is not going, that it was just his own brain that was running the music.
Absolutely. And as your night wears on and you get ready to sleep for the night, it's almost as if the song has permeated not just your waking moments, but your dreams as well. And the imagery of the song is all your subconscious seems to be able to focus on. And then at just the cusp of waking, you hear clear as day a voice that you can't quite place. The golden snake shall pierce the apple, and the angel will breathe life unto the first man of men, and the father of many shall bear witness.
Can we get that in the group chat, please?
I will, yeah.
Hooray!
And it's just on the edge of your memory as you wake up the next day.
Like
Now-
scrambles, like finds a piece of paper to just write this dream note on.
Yeah, I'll actually put that in questions for the courts. It's there for whoever needs to check on it. But Joe,
Yeah.
you wake up sometime the next day,
Mm-hmm.
assuming you went to sleep.
Probably did not, but I appreciate the thought.
That's up to you, bud. But the sun is up the next day. People are leaving your house. Craig gives you a high five.
Yeah, that's that one thing, Craig. Every time you catch me off guard, get out right now.
And as you finally open your eyes and roll over, Aoife's business card is on your nightstand. Eden, where'd you go after the bar last night?
Really good question. I feel like Eden just would have gone back home.
All right. And Din, did you just head on home?
I think Din would have wanted to go back to make sure that they were there early enough in the morning for whenever Abe drops off the pupperoonie.
About 9:30 the next morning, Abe strolls in with his dog in tow. Not on leash, but close by. He's kind of doing that golden retriever thing of just like running ahead and then circling back. He's a well-known figure around here. Abe's brought him in on like casual Fridays a few times. But there's a knock on your door, and they're there.
Good morning.
Good morning, Din. Thank you so much again for watching this little cutie patootie while I'm gone. I greatly appreciate it. I have a list of all of his needs. So here is his usual breakdown. You can deviate from this as needed. And also you can and Angela also knows his schedule, so does Nessie. So if one of them needs to cover for you, if you get called out to something while I'm away, that's totally cool.
Number 4 his vet in case there is an emergency, of course.
Bottom of the page. Yep.
Fantastic.
And he just needs his vitamin in the morning. Just smear a little peanut butter on it, and he won't even know it's a pill. Yeah, the
I don't
kibble
understand
twice a
why
day.
we need. I don't understand why we need to go with subterfuge.
Well, if there's no peanut butter on it, he will spit it back out, and he is getting very crafty about how he hides that. He hid it in his jowls for 2 hours the other day
before ejecting it.
Yeah,
you are very crafty, aren't you? Looking at the dog.
The dog is already in your quarters, going around sniffing everything. rubbing his face on the carpet,
Yeah.
like butt up in the air, rubbing the face, getting his scent all over everything, doing that thing that dogs do in a new space that they're comfortable in.
Start rolling around.
Yeah.
All right. I sort of take the care package from Yates. And you said it was 3 days, correct?
3 days should just be a quick there and back. If you need anything, you have my cell phone number. Might not be able to pick up the phone call, but I can text.
I will teach myself how to text.
Phone call's fine too. That's okay. If that's easier, you're already doing so much. Like, you don't have to learn a whole new
No,
life
I
skill.
will.
Okay.
I taught myself how to play Minecraft. So how different can this be?
Well, the keyboard's smaller, so it's a little different. You know what? You got this. You got this.
Actually, I learned a new trick. I press the button until the voice, send text to Agent Yates. I think I can figure this out.
There's a little ping on his phone, and good job.
Much like your animal companion, I am also crafty. Lawrence? I think the dog's name is Larry, right?
Larry. Yeah.
Lawrence?
Larry is on his back, rubbing himself on the carpet, and as soon as you say Lawrence, he just stares up at you from the floor. His tongue's like hanging out the side of his mouth. He's adorable.
I'm going to bend down, just give a tummy rub.
Loves
I
it.
think we'll be fast friends and good companions.
I think you will too. All right. I have a flight to catch, but I will see you in 3 days.
3 days.
And Agent Yates will give you a little goofy salute and head back out of Division HQ. Waves goodbye to a couple of people. A little polite chit chat on the way out the door, but still makes the beeline for that door.
Din is
Where are
going
you
to
all-
make a look at the dog. Treat. And then immediately, Larry will go to one of the cupboards that Din has treats in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell your father.
He knows where every cookie jar is in this building, including in your quarters. And you can definitely start the day off with snackies. So, what's the group up to today? There's no mission yet on the docket. Yates is out of town. Din has a dog. Yes, Simon.
So Lucius wanted to send Din a gift.
Okay.
Lucius wanted to send Din, you know how dads have those like indestructible flip phones? Sometimes it's like a combination of that and a BlackBerry that has the full QWERTY keyboard on it. And he will send Din this cell phone with the phone numbers for himself, Eden, and Joe programmed into it, because he knows that Eden is not good with technology. And I assume he would probably, as a nicety, put Agent Yates in there, knowing that you were taking care of the dog. But yeah, he would send you that. As a he would send you that as a thank you for helping on the mission.
And I want a friend like Lucius. Sending me a phone as a thank you. Dang.
And then Lucius has to go back to the bar the next day to pick up his card. And I think that while he's there, does the bartender do they have a good? Are they one of those bartenders that has a good memory of like names and faces of patrons?
They'd know the regulars,
Okay.
but like if someone comes in once, depends on how much
Got
trouble
it.
they caused.
Because he would ask the bartender about the professor, like if he remembers seeing the professor here recently, and if so, how recently. Because they became a harbinger, and he found this upon them, and he would put the matchbox, or the matchbook of this establishment onto the table.
Huh. You said red hair and tattoos? Not recently. There's someone, I think she worked at the same place you all work at, a long time ago. Used to come in regularly. Research of some sort. I can't for the life of me remember what her name was.
Most people just call her the professor.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
If you don't remember much about her, that is understandable. Like you said, it was a long time ago. But if you do remember anything, you know how to reach me.
Yeah, you've written your phone number cryptically several times for me.
Look, all I'm saying is that you can also reach out to me if Joe gets unruly. You don't always need to reach out to Eden.
Well, usually you're here when it starts and then you just leave in the middle of it. So,
that
I
is
mean,
true.
that would just be like calling you back to deal with the thing that you left. So I always thought that you just didn't want to deal with him. That's why I call Eden.
I mean,
Sometimes I call Din, but Eden's usually quicker to talk him down.
You know, that is understandable. Anyways,
One time, Din pulled out her sword in the middle of the bar. It scared people.
Well, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to inspire some sort of thing. Fear, courage.
And lots of people just ran out without paying.
I am sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Water under the bridge. Sure. I will call you next time Joe is planning. It was a wrestling match last night. That's what he went with.
Well, hopefully he spent his night finding a worthy opponent.
Left here with like 8 people.
It's like half a federation at that point.
Yeah.
Well,
I think there was some talk of like a tournament of some sort. I know Splatoon was mentioned at one point. It's a video game. It's on the new Nintendo console. I got one for my nephew. I actually have the light version, the handheld portable version. If you ever, you know what, you don't play video games. That's fine. But yeah, everything went smoothly, I think.
based on the bills that he racked up, I would say it did.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, thank you as always, and I hope you have a uneventful rest of your day.
Me too, pal. Me too.
Yeah, and I think that's all Lucius was planning on doing.
All right. Eden. It's a new day.
Day. You know, I think. Yeah, I mean, if we're still like off the clock and there's, we're not called into anything, yeah, Eden's gonna work on more gardening stuff. I feel like she, wherever her apartment is, has like one of those like gardens at like the top of the building. I guess this is gonna spend time growing things and making sure. Probably shouldn't be looking at like what other people are growing on the top of the building, but she might like help a little those along. It's like, oh, why'd you leave it like that? Like, let me in here. But yeah, she'll probably just spend a lot of time doing that.
I love it. What's Eden currently growing on her rooftop garden?
Ooh. Yeah, I want to say like for some reason the first thing came to mind was like different like types of bamboo, like bamboo shoots. So they're growing like pretty tall at this point. Um it's kind of making this wall between like some of the other rows of plants that other people are growing.
Awesome. Yeah, that's everyone's kind of like really intrigued in your building about you growing this. And you see some little notes left by people. Um they're kind of treating it as a little good luck spot. So there's some little like some kids have left like some little like wishes nearby your little garden. And there is one of the other gardeners has left you a small cutting from one of their plants, and it's sitting off to the side for you, just waiting to go into whatever pot you choose to put it into. It's a little pothos plant. It's a little cutting of their pothos
That's
that
the
they've left for you.
nicest thing for a gardener to do. That's the coolest. The highest compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll make sure that gets fixed into a spot that will look nice and not be in anyone's way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she'll return gardening correspondence with the other people that have left things or left little notes and stuff. That's cool.
I love it. Y'all's downtime is so cute, except for Joe's. Just wild.
I was gonna be like, and how would you describe Joe's downtime?
We all know how Joe's downtime went. No description required. I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
It was Craig, actually.
It was Craig.
Craig and the Mothman.
Throw it up for the real ones. Mothman's always been there. He's got 6 arms for hugging.
I love it. Does Joe go and do anything once he finally gets out of bed?
Once he gets out of bed, he's gonna see that business card and he's gonna immediately call. Still very hungover and in pain, but he's gonna call.
All right. You call and you hear a bright good morning.
Effie, was
Aoife.
it? Aoife,
There you go.
that's the one. Couldn't help but notice that I had your card
Uh-huh.
on my nightstand, and last night was a little bit of a blur. Uh, did you leave that last night, or did I grab your card sometime before that? I can't remember.
Left it this morning, actually.
This hmm. Oh, were you part of the fall of Carthage? I don't.
I was the one keeping score. You don't remember who all was there, do you?
I tend not to. That's that's embarrassing. If I knew you would have been there, I like to I like to hold these gatherings for amateurs, but if I knew,
Mm-hmm.
nope, that's gonna sound terrible. I should have called you when I was
You want to
more
call in about 2 hours?
together. You know what? No, because that would be admitting defeat. So I am going to stubbornly stay on the line here with you, and did you and ask maybe you want to go out and have more of a one-on-one type situation instead of a Royal Rumble.
If it means that you'll remember who I am later, then yes.
No promises.
Oh, Joe, you are fun.
You know, that's not usually how that sentence ends. So I'm gonna take the victory here. Find the hair of the dog that gives me alcohol, and I will talk to you later.
There's a picture of Bloody Mary in your fridge. Enjoy your morning.
Oh no, I like her.
And Aoife hangs up the phone before you
Oh
say
god,
that.
he forgot to hang up. You know what? That's perfect. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, this is bad. I should get to a fight today.
I think a Sasquatch comes out of your bathroom and says, "Listen, I'm sorry."
What are you still doing here? Get out.
Okay.
Did you steal the thing? Everybody gets to steal one thing. Make it good. The surprise is the things that look the most expensive aren't always. It's a little game I like to play to see who steals what. Get out! Why are you still here?
Your bathroom's a mess.
Oh, yeah, that tends to happen.
And your
I'm
very
just-
nice soaps are gone.
That's
just thinking about,
actually.
I'm just thinking about like the logistics of like a Sasquatch showering and just like the type of drain filter you'd have to have.
Listen, there's a reason.
The homeowner in me is having like a panic attack right now. The thought of this. Oh, the plumbing.
Yeah, the homeowners association really hates me, but you know what are they gonna do?
Does Joe just have to own the whole building?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
He keeps buying buildings because he buys one condo and then he has his escapades, usually bi-weekly. And by the third time, it's enough. They're like, okay, something's got to give.
I love it. And Joe, as you kick everyone out and you go, there is a beautiful picture of Margarita sitting in the fridge for you. There is a glass chilling right next to it. And as you go to pour yourself a glass, you close your eyes for just a moment. And the next time you open them, you, Lucius, Eden, Din, and Larry are standing in front of the oldest house. All of your memories for all of you are hazy, nonsensical. Things contradict themselves when you try to figure out how you got here. When you look down, you find that you each bear the mark of the oldest house that's carved into its front doors. An introverted black pyramid that pulses just beneath your skin. It rotates slowly when you're not looking at it. Currently, the oldest house it's a brutalist structure. It's not really a house at all. Sitting squarely on top of Division HQ. And sitting patiently at the door to the oldest house is the oldest cat. They're a Sphinx cat. Their hairless skin, a curious shade of lavender. And they watch you all with large amber eyes.
Oh man, I really wish I got to take a shower first.
Joe, you look down and you are in one of your nicest suits.
Oh.
You smell fresh as a daisy. You smell really good, actually. For some reason, you pulled out the really good cologne. You can't remember why, though.
Yeah, that tracks actually.
Anyone
So
else
oh, go ahead.
remember how they got here?
Din, as you say this, Larry sneezes next to you, and you look down, and you are in the hoodie that you normally wear, a comfortable pair of not work shoes that you'd normally choose to wear, practical but still nice. A pair of running shoes, as though you might have been trying to blend in somewhere with humans.
I look at Larry. Bless you.
Looks up at you, wagging his tail.
Walkies?
Dog sounds.
I'm gonna reach for my phone to call an Uber.
You go to reach for your phone and you can't seem to find it.
Son of a bitch.
I think Lucius is, because we all have the mark of the oldest house.
Yeah.
Do we know that's what it is? Like, is there like
You-
something inside
You are
of us?
aware you are aware that this is the oldest house. Lucius, you're not entirely sure how you got that knowledge. None of you are.
I think Lucius will, he'll squat down and he'll extend his hand out towards the cat.
Okay. And as you do, Lucius, you extend your hand out towards the oldest cat. You realize that the elbow of your suit is torn. And as the oldest cat stretches lazily and begins padding forward towards you all, taking their dear sweet time, as cats do. Roll me 1d4.
That's a 4.
Lucius, that's a 4. Lucius, that's you.
Wow.
The oldest cat once came to you in your dreams to save your life. How did they help you? Why did they erase your memories of the encounter?
The oldest cat came to me when I was first becoming a harbinger, because the way that Lucius became a harbinger was by devouring other harbingers. And the way that his body reacted when you try and digest something that you are actively not supposed to is usually like with an organ transplant, it's in the rejection phase. So I think that Lucius was going through a rejection, having to try, like, while trying to force this harbinger to adapt to his body so that way he could harness it. And I think that the oldest cat appeared to him in a dream and promised that Lucius would awake the following morning, but at a later time he would have to go into the oldest house. Lucius, not really knowing what that meant, and in the very early stages of all of this, agreed. The reason that he does not remember that agreement is because that is part of the pact itself. Was that in order to seal the pact, Lucius had to forget that he had made it. So as far as he remembers, he by force of will alone, was able to make this Harbinger submit in that initial, in his initial consumption of them, when in reality it was because the oldest cat assisted him.
Okay. Someone roll me another 1d4. Dynas is 1, Eden is 2, Joe is 3,
I'll
Lucius is
do
4.
it. Never mind.
I rolled a 3. I
A
don't
3?
remember who 3 is.
That's you, Joe.
Shit!
You were a part of the first team sent to infiltrate the oldest house. Only you survived. What are you afraid of seeing again in the oldest house? Which agent still haunts your dreams, begging you to rescue them?
Oh boy. Arthur. Arthur
Okay.
being a division agent and an old friend of mine. He actually got me involved with division, and we were going to die in the old house unless sacrifices were made and someone unless sacrifices are made, and I have a responsibility. I am the final harbinger, so I can't die. So that was the day that I betrayed my team.
Okay. What are you afraid of seeing in the oldest house?
Arthur, I'm afraid that there'll be any remnants left of him to warn my current team, because if I have to go back in this house, I am ready to do the same thing again.
Okay. Eden, as you are standing there inspecting yourself, just as your friends are, you look down and you're not in the gardening clothes that you could have sworn you were just in on the rooftop. You're in your work clothes. You don't remember changing. But the the pants that you're wearing have a small hole in the knee. You would never show up to work looking out of sorts like that. And the oldest cat reaches you all and speaks in a soft and measured voice that almost sounds like a hymn. So glad you all could make it. Right this way. Hurry in. Hurry in. Everything will be perfect. And on that note, we'll see you all after our 2-week break.
Ah!
Hooray! I want no more now, please. But I guess fine if most of you are going to be at PAX and having fun, or at least our GM will be at PAX, and then we'll be gone the week after that. So we will return. Let's see here. That is going to be on the 17th of December. You can check back as we continue to venture into the oldest house. I am terrified. I'm excited, but I'm always in anticipation whenever these folks are on the channel. Hey, Sarah Hype Goblin, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah Roberts, and I just realized I forgot to play a recording for the cast. So I'm going to play the recording
Ooh.
that one of you has on a small tape recorder in your pocket, and you can decide who has it.
Roll a d4.
Please don't open the door.
Mm?
Hang on. I think it has to start.
I
Dang
recognize
it, technology!
RJ's voice anywhere. But if that's RJ, that means...
I was immediately thinking Panic of the Disco. Close the goddamn door.
Okay. I think I fixed it.
Location. Redacted. Date. Redacted. Contact. The oldest cat. Omen class monsters. Several personnel, agents, and Omen class monsters have been reported missing, changed, or terminated. Black Alert Protocol activated. Do not approach the oldest house. It does not exist. Its lies are ancient and inescapable. It is hungry and cannot be sated. The oldest cat has come to me in my dreams and purred against what's left of my heart. But I can't remember. I can't remember what the oldest house wants me to do. I need to disappear. I need to become changed and unchanged, bodied and unbodied, and please don't open the door. Don't open the door, don't open the door, don't open the door. I don't want to. Please, 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 please.
Yay!
Don't love that. Don't love that for us.
Thank
Anyways.
you, RJ.
Thanks, RJ. And I have been Sarah Roberts. I can't wait to find out next time we all get together if these folks are able to find Agent Yates in the oldest house, or if he will pop up elsewhere in the adventure. You can find me all over the place as the Hype Goblin, including this channel on Sunday nights. On my own channel, we have a Pathfinder game and a 5e homebrew campaign that is run by myself. And that will be returning in December as well, the week that I return from PAX. If you're interested in knowing more about me, what I do on the internet, and all the different places you can find me, you can go to hypegoblin.com/events, and you can find all of my live event info, as well as if you're going to PAX, I will be tweeting, blue skying, threading. There's an alert channel on my Instagram page, so if you want to see me in person, I'm going to be at the TTRPG and LARP character cosplay meetup on Sunday. I believe it's Sunday at noon. And I don't know where I'm parking my butt the rest of the weekend, if I'm even able to at all. But I'll be tweeting about it on the socials. So that's me.
Oh, I should... Wait, do I go?
Yeah.
Yes, it's me. Hi, everybody. I'm Noir. I play Joe. Joe did a lot of fucked up shit this episode. I'm sorry, but I hope you laughed. You can find me places. Twitter is not one of those places. Blue Sky is rarely one of those places. But try. You know, you never know. That's it. I'm done. Stop receiving me. Goodbye.
Then that's me. Hi, everybody. My name is Anita. My pronouns are she, they, and I am otherwise known as Panita. You can also find me over on Critical Misses. I'm the channel founder over there. And it's my birthday today.
Happy
And I got
birthday.
to play a game with a bunch of wonderful folks, and I'm very happy about that.
I hope you liked your cliffhanger for your birthday.
I did like the cliffhanger you got me for my
Mr.
birthday.
President. I'll never forget. I'll never forget, Sarah.
But yeah, you can find me everywhere at Panita or at Critical Misses. We have a show that's ending on Tuesday. Our game of Side Questers, which is a World of Wildergear game. It's only 3 parts, and the last part airs on Tuesday, so you should check that out. Other than that, that's it. That's me. Bye.
All right, that takes it over to me. Hey, everybody. I remembered this time. Look at me. I know the order that's in the chat. Hey, everybody. It's me, SirHeckaLot. I'm here. I'm on your screen as per usual. Tonight, I played Eden. I had a lot of fun this episode. And I surprisingly don't have a lot going on this week. You can find me on Neon Lights Roleplay tomorrow, and Oathsworn Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. We just toppled a monarchy on an island of Amazon, so that was a fun time. Now we're going to do, I think, something similar on an island of lizard folk. Who's to say? I don't know. We get into the most chaotic things in there, I swear. But yeah, just throughout this month, I'm gonna have a lot going on a couple of other channels, including Lost Caravan RPG. Big shout out to next week. I will be facilitating a game that I wrote called Final Girl Simulator. It's gonna be a fun time. I've chosen my final girl. And I'm going to be playing the killer, and it's going to be wild. I'm very excited. I play tested it yesterday, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah, I'm over on there. I'm on Neon Lights Roleplay. I might be joining a couple things on Magic Academy, which is gonna be really fun. I'm on Singularity Roleplay. I wander a lot. Just find me on the socials because I don't shut up about the things that I'm in. I'm generally on most of the socials. More so Blue Sky than anything. I don't frequent Twitter if I don't have to. I'm kind of on Instagram, but Blue Sky is your best bet. So just go over there. Yeah, I do a bunch of things like video editing, graphic design, that kind of stuff. So just check out my portfolio and stuff. I do a whole lot. But that's enough of me talking. Let's move on.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/indooradventures. We do shows like this on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And tomorrow, you can join us for the epilogue of the Four Keeps campaign. That was our level 1 through 20 campaign. So this is the final notes. I have given our players 15 years of in-game time and history for them to do whatever they want with, and our season 2 will pick up sometime after that. So if you are down to hear what sweet and wonderful and amazing things these players are going to write into the history of the world, come check that out again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I believe 2 weeks after that, 2-3 weeks after that, we are going to be having a Q&A. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask about a 5-year campaign, hey, that's going to be a great time to do it. And
Simon, you made a very specific word choice in season 1 episode.
I did. And you know who's going to be asking me those questions?
Who?
Dear friend of the channel, Levi. We have secured Levi as our panel master
Heck
for
yeah.
that. Because I'm pretty sure that other than Noctua, they are one of the few people that has consumed every piece of media. So I'm very excited to finally get Levi on the show. So have that to look forward to. To catch up on the backlog of all the stuff that we've done up until this point, feel free to, again, go to youtube.com/indooradventures. But for now, we are going to be going into our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to join us there. Again, best way to do that is going to be on Discord. The link to that can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. But with that being said, I would like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again. Thank you to Sarah for running this game, and we will see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Everybody take the loved condition.
The love condition? That's put me over the edge.
Oh.